Our next stop on the Vegas series is the Raw Irish Pub located between Mandalay Bay and the Luxor. The first area you enter is called the Shop Bar, modeled after a rural Irish pub that originally operated in the 1880s in West Cork. Wooden shelves display old bottles, tins, and vintage containers, giving the space a slightly cluttered, homey feel. The pub doubled as a small village shop generations ago. As we move in deeper into the pub, we come into the Victorian Bar, and the centerpiece of this is that 500-pound, 8-foot statue of St. Patrick, carved in plaster in the mid-1800s, standing proudly in the bar and holding a pint. You notice that is more ornate, carved wood, antique Cillian medallions, and polished stone counters. Lastly is the Whiskey Bar. Now, this had so many bottles of whiskey, it was almost impossible to try to get a good close-up of all of them, especially with all the people that were in there, but this was really unique to see. Now, remember, all this wood and everything in this pub came from Ireland and was shipped there to Vegas in order to build this pub. The menu at the Raw Irish Pub is built around traditional Irish comfort food mixed with American pub favorite, with a strong emphasis on hearty portions, whiskey-inspired sauces, and classic bar dishes. The menu was very diverse and offered a lot of different options, from house wings, sausage roll bites, potato and leek soup, which I love, but I did not try this time. You got some salads and stuff as well, but the big thing we came for, the shepherd's pie, the bangers and mash, the fish and chips, the beef Guinness stew, all these things that just are what makes an Irish pub an Irish pub. And there's no better place to do it than Vegas. So we're going to try a couple of these dishes. Now, first up is the shepherd's pie. This is one of my favorite dishes to eat of all time, and one of my favorite to make, but I enjoy it even more when someone makes it better than I do. They use a mixture of lamb and beef, which I love, and I didn't even know where I want to go in for that first bite, but I love the browning on the potatoes on the right. I know that I add a little bit of texture, so I figured, why not? Let's go right there. The peas, the carrots, everything exactly how a shepherd's pie would be. Of course, I was impatient, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to throw this into my mouth, and immediately regret it. That was really, really hot, but wow, that thing was so good. Now, the star of the evening, this fish and chips. They use a fresh caught haddock, and I could not believe just how crispy and everything was on this. When we tap it with the spoon, it felt like a creme brulee, like it was going to break, and they serve it with some mushy peas. And that haddock, they have a Irish remoulade that they served with it. And when you see it, look how moist and juicy and perfect that meat is. This batter that they used on there was the best I've ever had. That piece of fish had to be like a pound fillet, and it was so good. I cannot tell you how amazing this was. And then when we get to these mushy peas, these I could have done without. The weirdest thing about this is they were served cold, and I've never had that before. It really caught me off guard. And so at the end of the day, I mean, that's all it was. They were just peas. Nothing special. Then we head over to the Guinness store next door. And let me tell you, this is one of only 6 Guinness stores in the world. This was the very first one that opened up outside of Dublin. They do have 2 more, they said, that are opening up in London, but that's coming. They had all the different selections of Guinness that you can think of, plus some more on the side, and a lot of souvenirs. This is a really neat little store to go into, especially anyone who enjoys Guinness. Like, you would love this. And so we had to go ahead and get us a Guinness, and just hearing this man speak about how he pours it and how you get it to 3/4 of a cup, and then when he sets it on the counter, it needs to be able to sit for just under 2 minutes. And they time it to an exact second. And then they show us this neat little machine they have here that actually can print on top of the drinks. This was super, super cool. And so, of course, we wanted to try it out. And he brought us one, and he set it down for us. And we figured this was the best way to finish off the Raw Irish Pub in the Luxor on our Vegas series. Thank you for tuning in to the Coolfm Foodie Show, and watch the next one.